Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest round from McLeod Gundam in the RF Zaku. RF Zaku is really good. It is, again, a fairly straightforward general, but it has a really good weapon suite, a good set of ranged attacks, a really nice downswing on that Heat Hawk, as you can see. And the Shield Vulcans do a lot of damage very quickly, but, that comes with low ammo, so that is, that's the trade-off. But yeah, I believe it has the skills that mean you do more damage to a downed enemy. So yeah, if you get somebody down, you can just put most of that shield Vulcan ammo into them and do a lot of good damage. But yeah, that's right. It also has an anchor type weapon. I forgot about that. I have it, but I haven't run it since I got a video with it, as I've mentioned that before, just like there's other things to get videos with, so even with suits I like, if I have a Gelgoog at a cost that where I need something reliable, I'm probably going to go with that, and otherwise, I get to things when requests make me. But that said, yeah, like I said, good suit. Also, yeah, has a beam bazooka, which I believe is charge required. Good kill there. I believe the beam bazooka does do splash damage somewhat in the style of beam magnum. Of course, it's a little bit less convenient in a few ways, so, and probably less powerful when you get down to it, since this is a 600 mobile suit instead of 700 and up. But yeah, so far so good. And let's see. Don't be surprised if there's that was a wired weapon out of nowhere. Was that another refined Zaku? Nope, engage incom. That makes sense. But don't be surprised if I get a little bit more background noise the next few days. It is supposed to get ridiculously hot here, and so I will not be turning the fan off like I have for this video for probably the rest of summer. So yeah, I'll try and hide the background whir a little bit, but yeah, if it sounds a little bit like I'm in a wind tunnel, that'll be why. Trying to focus here, but it's not working. I just watched episode 11 of G-Quux earlier today. That was so good. I am really looking forward to seeing how they wrap this all up next week. And yeah, I don't want to say anything else because yeah, I don't want to spoil anybody on this, but it's going to be fun. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. I believe the RF Zaku's beam rifle not only has burst fire when it's charged, it gets a certain amount of ASL that I believe it only has when it's charged. Yeah, I really like all of the RF suits. I do think it's funny that I've managed to get all of them except the Gelgoog between my two accounts. That's just, figures somehow. But yeah, it has a similar downswing to the very popular GPO3 downswing, which yeah has travel and decent power. So, but sometimes the neutral does the job, and it also as you saw has a very focused vertical chop as a neutral, so relatively good at hitting things between your allies when you don't want to be knocking them down, which. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the less time your allies spend stunned, the better off you're going to do in general. But also, when everybody is just moving to be moving, and, moving towards objectives they have not necessarily shared with you, it can be difficult to not shoot people in the back, especially if you're fighting at range, which, as I've said before, I like to do. Good, oh, wow. Okay, one support fire hit out of all of that connected. That's not too bad. Yeah, Jacob's calling for support, but I don't think anybody's going to get there in time. Still a good close round with 3 minutes 40 some seconds to go. And it suddenly just started raining, all of a sudden, really hard. Neat. So that's another, if you hear that in the background noise, that's what it is. Yeah, it's been very weather. What can I say? Let's see. Getting back in, but I have done this so many times. Getting back in to try and support the team, just as 2 or 3 members of the team get KO'd, and then yeah, it's just the two of you trying to fend off an entire mostly healthy group of enemies. Keeping to the underside of the scaffolding and intercepting people that go for your very large and obvious support, not a bad way to do that. That Faz, though, probably should not be trying to engage the everything. So yeah, it's yeah. I feel like the Faz is trying to get up on things a little bit too hard. It does have a lot of hit points and a lot of stun defenses. I do know people who like to use it as an up-close suit, but it's, that is obviously working against intent, which, again, you can do, but just, yeah, it's tricky, and in a close match, it's not something I'd want to do. That's like a doing like mix-ups or, just for goofing around kind of move to my thought. But I do not try not to go full ludicrous speed when I'm in rated matches. I usually go into those with some reasonable expectation of semi-competence. But not that I'm saying that the Faz player is not, but just I might hang back from all of this nastiness a little bit more if I could fire large beams and missiles at things from most of the way across this tiny little map. But still, McLeod's team is hanging on to a lead with about a minute and a half to go. So, yeah. Let's sortie together. Good advice, because, not sorting together did not work out last time. But that does mean that the two of them that are on the field will have to, play very defensively until the rest of the team gets back. Because otherwise, just, spawn staggering. But yeah, Jacob decided to come back in and play defense because there's not a lot you can do, It's one of those things where there's enough of your team on the field that if you don't get a chance to sortie together, you're just going to give up more points if you leave the people who are out there to their own devices. So it's a tough balance. It really is. Just trying to figure out where to be, when, and why. Yeah, I don't blame him for calling for help, because there's really need to be bunched up to beat this team. It is possible, especially with a couple of people on low health, but let's see what happens. It dodged the downswing. It's running away. The one disadvantage to the really nice shield Vulcans, and the Faz also just shot him in the back a little bit. Well, if everybody can stay alive, it is a win. But the other disadvantage to the shield Vulcans is that, unlike head Vulcans, cannot be used while boosting. Okay, well, I think the Faz got taken out at the last second, but they still managed to win it, so hey, good round. 159,000 damage, 8220 score, so half of that was Jacob, 12-3. Really nice. So that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Oh yeah, if you like the high-grade G-Quux Gelgoog, the Bokata version is now out, so if there are any importers you deal with, keep an eye on it there, because like I said, I did the Shiko version, and it's a really nice little kit. It is oddly short, I feel like, compared to the G-Quux and the Zaku, but really a nice kit. And apparently, Figure Eye Standard Machu is also out in the wild if anybody's looking for that. So